Welcome to Malcolm Reed's How to Barbecue Right, a podcast where we talk about barbecue, share recipes, and discuss all things delicious. And now, here's your host, Malcolm and Rochelle Reed.
Hey, welcome back to the How to Barbecue Right podcast. It's the last episode of the year, Shell.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot. Yeah, I'm your host, Malcolm Reed, joined by my lovely and Grinchy wife today. What's up, Grinches? I like that shirt, Shell. Got your little brooch, Christmas brooch on, and we got Tyler over here rocking his what's the Worcester Red Sox?
It's actually Worcester. It's like a town 20 minutes out of Boston.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha.
But I'm good, man.
But yeah, we're wrapping up our year. This is going to be the last episode of 21, Shell. It's been it's been a fast year.
It has been a fast year. We're going to talk about some stuff.
Is this just a year in review?
Kind of. I got a few things for you.
We normally do a year in review.
First, I want to
about Christmas presents.
First, I want to talk to you about your maple glazed ham recipe.
Oh yeah, I did. That was the last recipe that we did for December. And everybody, if you're not cooking spiral hams for Christmas, double smoked, you're missing out. It is the easiest. Do you think it's easier in barbecue bologna?
Yeah.
It's the easiest
because
thing.
You open a package, you place ham on cooker.
So you're actually not cooking anything.
Yeah.
You're really just warming something up. And I tell that everybody, what makes it double smoked is these hams, most hams you buy, or if it's a ham, it's already been fully cooked or cured some kind of way. If it's not, it's a green ham. You see it called green ham, or basically it's just the hind quarter of a pig.
And it's raw.
But if it says ham, it's probably been cooked in some kind of way or cured at least. You know, they preserved it. And that's what makes it easy to cook this way for us is the spiral ham. I get them at Walmart, get them at Aldi this time of year. I think they're 95 cents right here at Aldi. You can't beat that. You can get an 8 to 10 pound for under $10 ham, spiral ham. It'd be one of the best hams you ever ate.
They're right now that price?
That's what they were when I was in there the other day.
Okay.
Yeah, if
that's
wild supplies last. Yeah, I want to go get 8 or 10 of them. They keep in the freezer so well, man. I'm telling you, when they're on sale this time of year, you can get them. You got a deep freeze or a freezer big enough, get you some hams, put them up for the year. They're going to last easy 6 months. I wouldn't be scared to live it in there a year because it's vacuum sealed.
Yeah.
Big, heavy cryovac. You thaw them out, throw them on the smoker. You don't have to do anything to them. You can just smoke them like that, and they're great for making ham biscuit, whatever you want to do. But this one I did, I've done all different kinds of ways.
Yeah.
But I did a maple glazed. And, you know, we've talked about this maple syrup that we got from friends up in Vermont, how I've never been a fan of maple syrup because I've always associated it with the bad pancake syrup. But this maple syrup's out of this world. So I knew when I got that I was going to do a Christmas ham. I purposely hid a bottle that they sent us so I could use it as a ham glaze. And he sent us those little sugars with it too. And so that was kind of, I know people have seen the honey baked ham where they put the little crystally sugar crust on the outside of it. I used that real maple sugar to give me that crystallized crust. So I took that ham out of the package and put it on a pellet grill, 275. You could do this on any grill you wanted to. You could even do it in the oven. You just need to warm it up.
Don't put
warm the ham
smoke
up.
to it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why I like a pellet grill is because it does give it some smoke, but you're not going to over smoke it. I used some maple pellets in my Traeger, and it gave it a nice mild smoke to go with it's applewood smoked ham, so it already had some smoke flavor to it, but they're not overly smoky to begin with. And it comes with a packet of glaze. I always just toss that out or save it for something else. I take that ham right out of the package and set it on the Traeger at 275 with maple pellets. About 2 hours, it's got some smoke on it, starting to warm up. It's cooking some juice out, but really I'm just warming it up slow. And then I started brushing it with the outside of that maple syrup, and then I sprinkled that sugar all over the top of it to give it a crust and let it go 30 minutes till that sugar glazed and the syrup kind of starts to brown and get sticky and bubbly, and then take it off, and it's ready to go. I mean, it's that easy. You don't get any easier than doing that.
And you could do any glaze.
You don't have to do maple syrup.
Cook it the same way, and then you can apply a glaze or no glaze at all.
That real maple syrup gave it an awesome flavor.
Yeah, and it was easy too.
Super easy. I mean, people would think you did something fancy, like you ordered this $100 ham, or you went to Aldi and spent $10 and you got this centerpiece ham.
Yeah,
and it feeds a lot of people.
And we'll do it. You'll do one, and we'll just go ahead and break it down into packages, and package up a serving's worth of ham, vacuum seal it, throw it in the freezer, and then pull it out as needed. For sandwiches, for
making little ham
breakfast.
biscuits. Yeah, those little ham sandwiches. That's a recipe. Did we do that recipe this year or last year? The little ham biscuit. I think I did a TikTok on it, wasn't it?
No, it was a
IG post.
Yeah,
Was it IG
I think it
post?
was a quarantine post actually.
Man,
Oh, really?
Those are my favorite things to do with it.
I just happened to come across them, and
Yeah.
I was like, let's repost.
I saw it reposted the other day, and I was like, ooh, it's time for those little things.
The thing with the little ham biscuits is using the shredded cheese and using a little
A lot of it.
Yeah, a little extra butter and
Yeah.
putting the butter mixture inside the roll as well as on top.
Oh, it's so good. We're going to go over that one here in a little bit. Full recipe. That's one of my, people ask me, what's some good recipes? I got to do a radio show next week. It reminds me, I'm going to talk about that. Using that double smoked spiral ham to make those little ham. We call them little ham biscuits. That's what you always call them. They're actually little ham rolls or sliders.
Yeah.
But
I bet most people know them as little ham biscuits.
You know,
do you know what I'm talking? We're talking about if we just said
little ham biscuits.
I mean, initially right off the bat, no. Like when you sent it to me versus when I saw the pictures, I was surprised. But I'm also from Boston, so
yeah.
So biscuits may mean
I was
like
wondering, is it a southern thing?
Yeah. Tea and biscuits? Do y'all do tea and biscuits in Boston like they do? But no, I like the spiral hams, and people. I mean, of course, you could do a regular butt portion ham. You could do the the shank portion ham, or you could do a whole ham this way. But I like the spiral cut hams because the carving work's already done for you. Like when you get ready to carve a spiral ham, when it gets done, take it off that pit and let it rest 10, 15. You don't have to let it set long. 10, 15 minutes, and then turn it on its side, and you can always see the bone. It's like a circular bone right there where they've cut that ham in half. And then you take your knife, and there'll be these seams on it where the muscles go on the bone, and it's like a little fat seam. And you can just take a flexible boning knife, hit those seams, and that meat will come right off, and it's already perfectly sliced. But I'll take that knife and go around that bone, like ring it real close to the bone as I can, and then hit those seams with the knife and just follow them. And all you do is take some gloved hands and set that meat on your platter and just fan it out. And, man, it makes a beautiful presentation.
And it's easy work for not only cooking,
it's super easy. You don't have to worry about slicing it perfect. There's no off-size pieces. Now, you will have some meat left on that bone. Don't throw that away. That is a pot of beans' best friend.
Greens.
Yeah, or greens. We use them for New Year's.
Yeah.
We'll save our ham bones and throw them in the freezer. You can throw them in a Ziploc bag or vacuum seal them if you want to. Wrap them up in foil, whatever, but leave some of that meat on that bone. And when you get ready to make your black-eyed peas, a big pot of beans, turnip greens, whatever for New Year's, grab one of those out and start your liquid with that. And it's amazing. Or bean soup. I know a lot of people make like a white bean soup.
Yeah.
It makes really good. My mom makes pinto beans with it.
Anytime you can make your own stock using something like that.
Oh, man, it gives it so much flavor.
You get a depth of flavor.
Yeah. And a lot of times, like, I'll cook one and not glaze it at all. Just warm it up on the pit. Don't have any sweetness to it, because if you use one of those like that maple glaze, it's going to give, like if you're cooking black-eyed peas with that maple glazed bone, you're going to get a touch of sweetness from it. Now, I don't hate it.
I don't either.
I don't hate it in my vegetables, especially turnip greens, something that's bitter where the sweetness will offset it a little, make that pot liquor so good, the juice from it. But, my mom, she's like, I don't want any sweetness. I just want the pork flavor, the smokiness, the meat that cooks off the bone. And she don't even pull that bone out when she makes the pot. The bone stays in there. The meat cooks long enough to where it lets go, and you get some vegetable with the ham meat. Cooks. And
I kind of do the same thing. I might pull out the bone right before serving.
Yeah. I don't mind it in there.
It's cooked right if it's in there.
Right if it's in there. Heck yeah. That's the whole key to cooking them vegetables. We've never done we don't really talk about New Year's cooking because it's always off season for us. But man, we do New Year's up.
You usually do the ham, or
I do the meat. Usually do the cornbread.
Yeah.
You do the vegetables.
And some year, there was one year we cooked a whole hog.
Yeah.
Did a video with it.
Yep.
Had 50 people at the house, maybe.
To eat hog. Yeah. It's a lot of meat too.
Yeah.
That was good. That's been 5 years ago, I think. Has it been? It was our first New Year's in our house.
Probably 4 or 5. Yeah.
My favorite's the hog jowl cooked in the oven.
That's what we do instead of.
You find Burger's hog jowl. I don't know if it's readily available
Burger's brand,
everywhere,
yeah.
but it's a smokehouse.
They send out a catalog.
In Missouri, I think, where they're out of. They make the best hog jowl.
So what's hog jowl?
It's basically like it's jowl bacon. So they take the jowls of a pig and they cure it like you do pork belly for making bacon, and they slice it thin strips, and it cooks up. You want to get the one with the rind off because the rind is like the skin, and it can get real hard.
Oh, it'll break a
get,
tooth.
Yeah, but if you get the rind off hog jowl, it melts in your. It'll crisp up and brown up better than bacon. It tastes so good.
I think so too. So
it's good luck. I think and the jowl's for luck, right? Or is it for health?
Hog.
I don't know. We eat black-eyed peas for
prosperity.
I don't know what it is. It's health, wealth, and luck. I think the peas are for luck. The hog jowl's for health, and the greens are for money, I guess. Or something. I don't know. Don't quote me on the superstitions.
Good luck. You
can look it up. You got a computer right there. Look it up and tell me what it is. It's only a few short weeks away.
I don't know how to Google it. New Year's food representation.
Yeah. Black-eyed peas, greens, and hog jowl. What does it represent? It doesn't necessarily have to be greens. Like we always eat turnip greens, but some people eat cabbage. And I would associate the greens with money, cash money.
Mm-hmm.
It says greens resemble money.
Yeah.
Specifically folded money.
Yeah, because it's green leafy, like Benjamin's.
Peas are wealth.
Oh, peas are for wealth?
It says wealth. I've always heard they were good luck.
Okay.
Pork is prosperity.
Prosperity. Which one's health then?
Cornbread is gold. You don't get no health.
Oh, there's no health in it?
You're going to be rich, but
you don't get no health?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the luck's for. Was one of them not luck? I always thought it was money, luck, and health.
Yeah, and I think everybody interprets it differently, but
I just know you got to eat them. Eat a big bowl of black-eyed peas, some turnip greens, or some cabbage, and then some hog jowl and some cornbread to dunk it in.
So the way I cook hog jowl is I get a sheet pan, put some aluminum foil out, and lay my hog jowl out, just like you would cook bacon in the oven.
Yeah.
But I put a piece of aluminum foil over on top and kind of press it down flat. It seems to help everything cook more evenly.
Keeps your oven clean too.
Yeah, keeps things from popping. But
you take it off at the end though.
Oh yeah, definitely. Right at the end, pull it off. Make sure everything's good and crispy.
I've seen people do it with another bacon sheet.
Oh, use it on top.
Put the foil down and set another bacon sheet to kind of press it.
Yeah, to keep it from
that way,
curling and stuff. That's got to increase the cook time.
I don't know. We'll have to try it and see. Does your aluminum foil increase the cook time?
A little, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I know it cooks up crispy, brown and crispy. It's
it melts
way
in
better.
your mouth.
Like frying it in a skillet sucks because that stuff pops all over the place. It stinks up your house. I mean, it's just a mess.
Yeah.
But if you do it in the oven, you don't have to worry about it, especially putting aluminum foil over it keeps your oven clean. Then you just let that cool off, and all your grease is contained in the foil. Wad it up, throw it in the trash. You don't have to worry about draining grease, pouring it down your drain, clogging the drain up. Makes it real easy.
But yeah, we'll do.
You gotta have pepper sauce too. What you know about pepper sauce? Do you like the store-bought kind or you like the homemade kind?
I'm not a big fan of pepper sauce.
Man,
it's like extra vinegary hot sauce with.
I know what you put. You break out the blue plate. Have you ever heard of anybody put blue plate mayonnaise on black-eyed peas?
No.
Try it.
I'd try it though.
Shell loves it.
I'm not saying like you douse it. You just put a little, make it just a touch creamy.
What's pepper sauce?
So it's vinegar. Usually it's just like you take a bottle and pack it full of cayenne peppers and get hot vinegar, a little bit of salt in it. Usually
what kind of vinegar? Apple cider or white?
Either one, white, apple cider. Get it to boiling, put a pinch of salt in there. Sometimes I'll put just a pinch or two of sugar, just kind of balance it out. And you pour that over the hot peppers, and then you stick it, put a lid on it, let it cool off a little bit, stick it in the fridge. And it pulls all the essence of the oils of the peppers out into the vinegar sauce.
So it's like that stuff that sits at restaurants on the table.
Yeah, with the little bit green peppers in it.
Gotcha.
But that's not near as good. And Trappy's, that brand's Trappy's, I think.
Yeah.
You see. But it's okay. Like in a pinch, if that's all I had, if I was out at a restaurant eating greens, I'd get that. But homemade pepper sauce is way better. And you don't have to use just cayennes. Usually my dad will use jalapenos, whatever he's got.
Yeah.
Will go in the jar. But we save our hot sauce bottles or the big, tall hot sauce bottles that got a big enough mouth and shove the peppers down in it. You want to kind of cut the stem end off the pepper where you expose a little bit of the seeds on the inside of it. They'll fill up with that juice and soak out some of the essence of the pepper. Makes a good pepper sauce.
Yeah, it's just a infused vinegar.
That's all it is, spicy vinegar.
Yeah.
But the acidity and the tartness of it goes with the vegetables really good. wakes them up and adds a little bit of heat.
Yeah. As I've gotten older, I've learned to appreciate the pepper sauce just a little bit, but it's still not my favorite.
Oh, I love it. Pickled red onions. I like that with vegetables.
I do like pickled red onions.
They go with peas and greens.
Same concept.
Same concept. You're using
vinegar.
Onions.
Vinegar soaked.
Vinegar
soaked onions.
Maybe the vinegar should be for the health.
Yeah, it cleans you out.
We'll add that pepper sauce for the vinegar. It's gonna wash all that cholesterol out of you. That's our tradition. Eat pepper sauce.
Okay, so I've got some listener questions.
Oh, good.
That I was going to pop in today. So Mike from Lindenwood, Illinois, said he purchased a 13-pound bone-in rib roast to cook for family and friends. So he was kind of interested in your temp. He's got an Oklahoma Joe's Bronco Pro drum smoker. He's got a drum smoker.
Yeah. It's going to take about 2.5, 3 hours I give myself for that.
Total.
I would take the bones.
Is that including rest time you're working in?
Probably not including rest.
What would you do?
I'd give it at least a 20, 30-minute rest, too.
Minimum.
Yeah, minimum 15, 20.
Yeah.
30 be okay, too. Wrap, tin it up and full.
Okay, so walk me through that.
So I would take
bone-in
it,
rib roast.
bone-in. I like to cut those bones off the roast and then season it and then tie the bones, put the bones back on, tie them on and season them, too, because you get that essence of the bone, cook it on the roast, and as they heat up, it helps it cook a little bit, too. And it's easier to carve if you've already got them cut off. If you wanted to serve it like a bone portion, you could. You just need to make sure that chine bones to where you can cut through it when you slice it. But you'll get the prime rib or the rib roast will go further if you go ahead and take that up because you can cut thinner portions, which nobody wants a big bone size portion of a prime rib. I mean, a man might. Most of the time, you're going to serve more people off of it if you go ahead and trim it off.
Yeah, especially
and those make some good eating. Those are like the pit master's treats there because you take that bone off before you carve it. You're not going to bring that out to the table. You're going to cut your string and take that bone part off, and it's just some good gnawing because it's going to be.
You go to the back room and gnaw on that.
Gnaw on that, and it's going to be a little overcooked because it's not as much meat in between those bones. It's going to get more done.
It gets a little gristly on the edge, but in a good way.
But the target is don't cook that roast to more than like 120 internal, thickest part of it. I'd get off in the center of the roast, put me a probe in it about halfway, and I'm looking for 120. Because that way, out towards the edges, you might get some that's a little more medium. You don't want to go past medium with it. That's just heresy. You do not do that. You're going to ruin it. But I like mine on that rare to medium rare, and it's really rare in the center. That way, as it rests, it's still going to keep cooking a little bit.
Did you say what temp you would run the cooker at?
Oh, it's going to run 275.
Yeah.
That's just what those drum smokers like to run. It's going to take about 2.5, 3 hours, but don't go by time. Give yourself 4 hours. That's a good goal. Mm-hmm. And then watch that internal temperature. If it's done in 2, hold it. A prime rib, it's such a big roast, it's going to hold really well.
I personally think they get better with the hold. I think that the doneness improves with the hold.
That's right. And to hold it, all you do is I would put it in a pan or a baking sheet, put it in something you can catch the juice that comes out because that stuff's liquid gold with a prime rib.
Once you pull it off the
put
pit.
you some foil over it and just stick it in a dry cooler if you got a dry cooler. Just an empty cooler that's not too big. You want it just the right size. If it's a big cooler, put you some towels or something to soak up some of the airspace. Yeah, build it up, then put it in there and put the lid on. And if it's going to be, longer than 30 minutes, you'll want to vent that cooler. But for that, 15 to 20 minutes, just stick it down in there. It's no problem. And then take it out and carve it up.
Make everybody happy.
Catch that juice and pour that up. And if it's really, watch that prime rib video that me and Mark did about the Wagyu prime rib and do those mushrooms with it. Baste them with that juice and then serve those mushrooms along with it. Any juice you catch and make a horseradish sauce, and you're going to be the talk of town. Everybody's going to want that recipe.
So Ross wanted to know, do you have any ideas for prime rib leftovers? Which I thought we've been toying with this idea for a little bit.
Man, those little...
He suggested burnt ends. Have we ever done burnt ends? Or any other suggestions?
Man, no.
I don't think you could do burnt ends.
You could season them up, put them back on the pit, but why cook them?
Why?
Don't do that with an old tough chuck roast. Don't do that with some delicious prime rib.
Yeah.
I would say, like, if you got some cold prime rib, slice it thin as you can, like while it's cold. Warm you up some au jus, and then float them pieces back in it just to warm them up enough. Like, get that stuff boiling hot. Make you, an au jus, almost like a beef stock, amped up beef stock, fortified up with some flavors, and then warm that meat back up just for a few seconds in it, and then put it on some French bread. Spoon you some ladle more juice over it. Put you some cheese on it. Pop it in the oven just to melt the cheese. You got you an awesome ribeye sandwich. But you could also do cheesesteaks with it. Throw it on a flat top with some, have you some peppers and onions. Make a Philly cheese. You can make those little sliders like we talked about, the ham biscuits. You can make ribeye biscuits with that shaved up, a little horseradish cream sauce.
You can still use that Gruyere and Swiss too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you could definitely do that. I would shred up some Swiss and Gruyere. Make that garlic butter, put it on the lower half of the roll, put some of that sliced thin prime rib on it.
I think that would be
cheese, and then wrap it up and bake it. Oh, man, that'd be so good.
You've also talked about, because we have a Wagyu prime rib in our freezer.
We're going to make a prime rib kind of charcuterie board with it. We'll serve all the fixings, the mushrooms and the sauces that go with it. And we'll warm it up and slice it back up and arrange it out on a charcuterie board. And you can even eat it cold like that. I mean, just think about it as like roast beef that you would go get from the deli. They've cooked it, then they sliced it thin, and then make cold sandwiches with it. It's great.
You've also talked about using your sous vide.
Yeah, warming it up in the sous vide just to get it back up to, you're not
you can control it.
Yeah. It's an easy way to heat it back, to reheat it.
Prime rib pizza would be good.
Prime rib pizza would be real good. That'd be real good.
They have that Mesquite Chop House there.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
They so the guys from Traeger, Harley and Chad, do a ribeye and rice. So they'll take it and they buy like the instant rice. They put it in a big casserole, like a aluminum pan. And you take whatever prime rib or ribeye steak you have and you cube it up bite-sized pieces cold. And then you put mushrooms in it, you put onions in it. You put like 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, some beef stock, season it up with your favorite steak rub or TX or something like that. And, you mix your raw rice in there with it, but they use like the minute rice so it'll cook a little faster because your meat's already done. You're really just trying to get the rice cooked. You cover that up, you stick it on the pit at like 275. You check it after about 35, 45 minutes and stir it. And then when it comes out, it's just like this awesome conglomeration of rice and creaminess and ribeye and vegetable, and you can't go wrong with that.
It's real creamy, and delicious.
It's almost like a don't peak casserole type. If you've ever had chicken version or pork chop version.
I was trying
to call it ribeye and rice. You can make ribeye dirty rice. I mean, you could do it's the same concept.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with just slicing it off and eating it.
You like it cold, don't you? Yeah.
This is all my love language.
Man, there's no bad way to eat. But I wouldn't overcook it.
Cooking it.
I tell you what, my mom does with it a lot of times. She'll make a soup, almost like a ribeye stew, like a vegetable beef stew, but use ribeye steak, and you get that essence.
Grilly flavor.
Yeah, it gives like if you smoke that ribeye, it's going to add that to your soup.
She does it with leftover like grilled ribeye.
Yeah, but you can do it with prime rib too. It's going to have that same kind of flavor.
She does it with y'all's leftover competition brisket.
Yeah, brisket soup. Anything you got to understand. Anything we had left on the refrigerator at the end of the week made soup. So my mom loves making vegetable soup. If you didn't eat it the first time, you go eat it the second time. There's no wasting.
Is that why you hate leftovers so much now?
Yeah, we had leftovers all the time. I don't like leftovers. I mean, repurposed now, if you put it in another dish and it's made that way, I'm good with it. But if it's like this, let's warm this bowl of corn back up and eat it again. I'm like, no, not so much.
You will eat like leftover soup. You ate some of the leftover tomato soup
like
that I made.
Some stuff leftovers good, like chili.
Yeah.
Chicken and dumplings is pretty good leftover.
Yeah.
Some stuff, but just, average I'm not.
Just regular old chicken breast.
I'm ready to move on to the next thing. Let's make something fresh. Let somebody else have them leftovers and enjoy them. They ain't try them the first time.
So this morning I sat down and tried to write out everything we kind of accomplished this year.
As video wise?
No.
Okay.
Like
just like goals and whatnot we hit?
Well, just everything that kind of we managed to pull off this year as a team.
Okay.
Not just me and you, but as a team. Because it used to be me and you.
It used to be, yeah.
Now we kind of have more of a team. So the first thing I put down was that we had the grand opening.
Of the shop?
Yeah, of the shop. That was in March. I think March 8th.
That was a undertaking there.
Yeah,
I had no idea that having a little retail shop was going to turn into that. I'm still not sure I'm excited about it. It's way more work than I ever thought it would be. You
Everything is.
When you first said that, when I first said, what if we just sell some rubs and sauces here and have like a little bitty store? I was envisioning like a counter. I was envisioning like a counter with like a few rubs and sauces up there. That's how I thought it would go. I didn't know it was going to be this whole big.
Where we do something every month.
Yeah. Yeah. We need 3 people to run it.
We had a very successful grand opening.
We did. Thousands of people.
Yeah. We had
appreciate everybody coming out. Yeah. That's what.
We had every barbecue superstar that we know
that we knew.
Yeah.
Cooked all kinds of good food.
Heck yeah. We passed out.
We had different stations to where we had all kinds of stuff going, and it was good.
We had everything from, like you said, we had the ribeye and rice. We had cookies. We had pulled pork, ribs, brisket, crawfish, jambalaya. I mean, we had.
I don't remember what all we had. Hot dogs, probably.
We had a lot of stuff.
It's easy to forget about, but that's like, I mean, just imagine that event for some people. I mean, with all the people that we had out here and stuff.
Yeah.
That was.
It was a huge event. Yeah.
Everybody but George Strait.
We tried. He had a prior commitment. I think COVID had him scared. He missed out, though.
I remember the Mississippi.
We're going for Rip from Tombstone now. That's going to be our next.
Rip from Tombstone.
or Yellowstone.
Yeah.
on anniversary 2 or whatever we call it. Rip from Yellowstone. Put it out here. Heard it here first.
At the very least, we'll have a look-alike.
Yeah. Mikey will let us dye his beard black.
We raised close to $45,000 for the Palmer home.
Wow. That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was really amazing. We appreciate all the help with that. Because we could not have done that without everybody jumping in and donating. Yeah. That was incredible. I mean, that helps Palmer Home out so much.
We fed 2 families.
Yeah. Our goal was for 1, and we ended up
for a year.
Yeah, for a whole year. Yep. We fed 2 families for a year.
That's awesome.
That was amazing.
We placed 6th. Was it 6th place at Memphis and I? I couldn't remember.
6 in ribs. They may have said that we finished 7th because they had some kind of error, but I have the 6th place trophy, and I will fight somebody to death. Not getting my 6th place trophy.
They said they were going to send us a new plaque to put on top.
Yeah. Okay. We'll throw that off the bridge. Ours says 6th place. I don't know.
But more than that, I felt like that this year of Memphis MA ran smoothly, and like I feel like we were in a flow.
Solid plan.
Yeah.
Until judging came around. And the brakes went on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It wasn't out of our control.
Oh, and you had a major.
I'm ready for Memphis May again. And normally I don't. Normally you want some, but this time
you also had a major issue that Saturday night. Do you remember?
Oh yes, I don't know what kind of food poisoning I got or Omicron variant, whatever it was. But man,
you shook the wrong person's hand.
I shook the wrong person's hand and went to a porta john or something. I don't know what happened there, but man, my goodness, I didn't think I was going to survive that. I gave out every ounce of fluid I had in my body, all orifices. It was bad. I didn't think I was going to make it home. It was like, just get me back to the hotel. I'll stay here till I heal
I'll
up.
live here now.
I'm going to live here now. Y'all probably don't want to come in. Very violent in here. Just give me a few days. I don't remember you driving home the next day. Like, I stumbled down. I think you said you were going to go get the car.
No, I got up and walked down, and we helped everybody package, pack up and get loaded out.
I crawled to the elevator.
And then I came back.
Crawled through the lobby and stumbled in the car and closed my eyes till we got back to Hernando. And then got in the bed, and I don't remember much of it for very many days.
I was trying to work my witch doctor magic on you.
Yeah, it was rough.
So you cooked a couple other contests, did pretty good. You did a whole hog cook. You went to Galax, Royal Oak.
Yeah.
pretty much placed everywhere.
Everywhere we went.
Yeah.
I didn't get to cook a whole lot, but when we did good.
Put out some new products.
What was the new products? Do you remember? You know what they were?
The crawfish bowl.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Our own bowl mix for boiling crawfish. Actually, we only buy like enough for crawfish season, so we had sold out. But we just placed a reorder, so it's almost time for
I know. I thought about that.
Crawfish season's coming, man. I can't wait.
Crawfish season's coming.
I'm ready for some now. Normally this time, at May, you're like sick of crawfish. Like, man, we've ate crawfish every weekend. I don't know how many sacks we cooked last year just eating, and man, I'm ready to go again on crawfish.
We did the grill cleaner.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Old fashioned grill cleaner. Yep. Hot dill pickles.
Crawfish pickles.
Crawfish pickles. And we got 2 new hot sauces that just hit. They were
hot sauces.
And we're still working on our white sauce, but
it's in the works. It's close. I was happy. Y'all said y'all didn't like it. So.
I think what people don't realize about putting out products is the time it takes to do it.
If you want it right.
Yeah.
It ain't just throwing something at something.
No. And it is a undertaking.
It is, yeah.
Everything from the label to the, the formula to the everything. We did a couple events up here. We did a comedy show.
The comedy show was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did Wiener Fest.
That was a fun one.
We had
did our be Sausage Fest next year. We're incorporating bratwurst and some other Redskin sausages. If we redo that one. We cooked the most hot dogs we could on the BFO.
We had to cook more hot dogs in Hernando, Mississippi than anybody has at one time.
We probably did. We broke a city record. We can at least say that. Broke a city record for cooking hot dogs.
What was it, like 897?
I mean, total it was like 1,200.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You think they've ever cooked that many at the ball game?
I doubt it.
That's a lot of hot dogs.
That's
a lot of hot dogs.
We did the Palmer Home VIP class. We never talked about that, but that turned out really good. So the 5 people that donated the most.
Oh, yeah.
Got to come to a VIP class. So we had what?
There was another one we did too, though. A Palmer. Was that the same one? No, that was a birthday event.
Yeah, we did a birthday event. Yeah. And then we had Santa Claus at the shop.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was my favorite event. I really enjoyed that one. I didn't have to do nothing. I just had to sit back.
You were not the star of the show.
Yeah, nobody came to see me. They all come to see Santa Claus.
I kept watching
the parade. We did 2 parades.
We did do 2 parades.
We won 2 parades. We entered 2 and won 2.
A July 4th?
Bridgetown, July 4th parade at Bridgetown Community, and then the Hernando City parade.
Christmas parade.
Our Christmas parade. What was it? We were
Best in
Show. If you missed our float, you missed out.
It was the snow.
I talked to somebody. The lady that cuts my hair. She was like, I asked her if she went to Hernando Parade. She said, there were such good floats this year. She said there was this one that had a snow machine and had a dancing Santa Claus. The kids loved. I said, that was mine. I was in there. I was in that truck waving. She said, no, you weren't. I was like, yeah. They were on the snow side. They were on the judging side, so I was on the passenger side. She never saw me. They loved it though.
And we hosted a rib shootout, our local barbecue contest.
Did. We put on the Water Tower Fest. That was an undertaking. That was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work.
It was a learning
I have way
curve.
more respect for a contest organizer because they do a lot of stuff behind this. There's so much goes into it just to get to the contest. That's where the work is, and not to mention how much work happens to make it through it once teams show up. But all the stuff that goes into getting it ready for people to come and compete, it's a lot of work.
And then the judging.
Yeah.
And then you got to organize the judging and the scoring and,
making sure it's fair and all that.
It was a learning experience.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Yeah.
It was fun. It's a lot of fun. I think so we kind of have a procedure now. We know what we have to do, who you have to contact, things you're going to need, ways to improve. I think once you get your first one out of the way, it kind of sets you up and it'll get easier as you go.
Yeah, I think
still a lot of work.
And you need a lot of
How many
volunteers.
podcast episodes did we do? Did you got those stats?
This is episode 37
of this year.
That's
pretty good for us.
Season 4.
Yeah. Was there anything else we did this year?
Yeah, we hit 1 million on TikTok.
Yeah, we hit 1 million on
TikTok. That was my biggest one. I was waiting. I mean, that was out the gate.
14.
We started TikTok. I don't even know when it was like Tyler started them just taking some clips from some of our old stuff like last January when he first started working for us. And then we started filming them, I guess, in February, maybe end of February, March.
Yep, it was like right around that Steel Cracker time we started pushing them out. And
it's There'll be time to crank them back up here in a little bit. I'm not in any hurry. Kind of got,
We got some surprise ones for.
I've switched to my buck junkie mode. I've switched to hunting, doing my buck junkie podcast. That's what this shirt is. I got a big camo shirt. If you're a big guy, you need big camo. So go to bigcamo.com. They don't pay me to say it. I just like them. That's where I get my camo.
So yeah, anything else that I missed? It feels like we're not accomplishing enough that in the day to day. I feel like.
Yeah, but when you
lay
go
it
back
all
and
down,
look at it, it was a busy year, wasn't it? No, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun that last year. It goes by so fast, like you don't realize it. And I told you the other day, you were saying Christmas is almost here. I said Memphis and May's almost here.
I told you
before you know it.
Dare say that?
You cussed.
I can't repeat.
Why would you say something like that? I said because it's true. We've got to start. The application's already out.
Oh, we haven't done.
I've got to get the application in.
I started filling it out.
Yeah, we got to start preparing. It's going to be at a different location this year. We'll talk about this a lot in season 5 because that'll be coming up, and that's going to be our focused. That's our big thing in May. I mean, that's always Memphis in May. So we're going to improve on that sixth place rib finish.
Oh, we did Malcom and May this year.
Yeah, we did a whole bunch. Malcom and May. That was I don't remember what I did for that.
It's just a lot of posts on social.
A lot of posts.
Yeah.
How many videos did we shoot this year? Did you keep up with that? I figured we'd talk about some of those.
I got them all here.
We got all. How many was it?
34.
I would have guessed 24.
34 long form YouTube videos.
34.
Yes.
How many TikToks did we do?
Oh man, that's a lot. I will get that number and we will talk about it in season 5.
Yeah.
But that was
how many TikToks we did? That's a lot of content.
Yeah.
That's a lot of.
You gonna run through them? Talk to them.
Yeah, let's talk about them. What was which one was the biggest?
Oh, I didn't pull all that stuff.
Oh, you didn't get stats on them?
I think the biggest one that I saw this year, the other week, was the Tennessee Mojo rib.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Or the hanging tomahawk. One of the two.
And the hanging tomahawk.
Those are both good ones.
Yeah, they're both good ones. The butter and herb smoked turkey did really well too.
Oh, that was the last one I did on the Traeger one?
Yeah.
The last turkey I did, that was a really good turkey. Probably one of the prettiest turkeys ever cooked.
Yeah, I agree. It was an excellent turkey recipe. We kicked off with the bona fide white chicken chili.
We had multiple contests we didn't talk about here at the office this year.
Yeah, we did.
You won the very first one, which was the chili contest. I think I came in the best finish I've had. I came in second in that one, I think. Didn't I? And I
Probably.
did. Yes. I did. Yeah, I did.
You did a basic.
No, I did a pulled pork chili.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You did pulled pork chili.
Yeah, it was like a barbecue chili. It was really good, too.
You probably need to do that recipe. Like, put it out there. I can do
that.
There.
I could come back next year. It'll be chili time.
But
the white chicken chili, if y'all hadn't tried that one, that's not my recipe. I gave homage to Shell on that one. I took her recipe and made that one. You took a couple
of my recipes this year.
Yeah, I have to. You got some good ones.
I've made that.
Why you don't put them out on your own TikTok?
I've made that like 6 times this year.
It's good. It's a no-fail recipe. There's no way to mess it up.
Chili.
I don't know if you could mess it up. Do you?
It's pretty easy, especially if you buy rotisserie chicken.
Yeah, there's no way to mess it up. It's good too. Make it inside. It's just as good inside as it is in a crock pot, as it is on the smoker.
Yeah. Yeah, You did it on the smoker, but you don't have to.
You don't have to. Yeah.
And then you did your mossy oak videos.
Oh, that was fun. I got to go there.
You did wild boar ribs.
I did elk medallions. I did a queso. The queso was probably the most popular out of those.
Yeah, it was. Deer camp cheese dip. You know, you've never cooked that for me.
I know. I need to, don't I?
You've cooked it for a lot of people, a lot of different occasions that I'm never there.
Yeah.
And I love cheese dip.
I was going to do, I had the idea of doing a TikTok Christmas queso, but I'm not going to, probably going to make it, but I'm not going to.
Back up and punt.
Yeah.
On that one.
I'm not going to film it.
Bookmark.
I put my foot down. I'm not filming anything else. Not this year, Clark.
We tried, y'all.
I'm done. I've got a lot of great ideas. I had a dozen Christmas TikToks I was going to do. Like, I'm sick of it.
You need a little break.
I need a break. Yeah.
That's what this time's good for, though. You can just mark them all down and.
Go back and do them.
For next year.
Call them.
He'll come up with a million ideas.
For next year, too.
Week. Yeah.
I do need to save those. I wanted to do jingle juice, and I wanted to do that Christmas tree cake dip.
Speaking of jingle juice, I put a TikTok out with what I did Saturday.
You didn't show making those juices, though. You should have done that.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty simple.
That'd be a good one though. Just dump them in, do Jingle Bell Rock song.
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
just hammering them.
But all your Mossy Oak videos, you did really. You created some really good wild game recipes.
Yeah,
very good.
The
all
stuff,
of them are
the
excellent.
dirty rice stuffed quail was really good.
Pecan smoked Cajun quail with dirty rice, deer camp cheese dip,
the bison ribeye,
grilled bison ribeyes, bacon wrapped elk medallions.
Yep, those were all good.
Then you did a barbecue nacho burger for Super Bowl. That was a good daggone burger.
Took pulled pork and did the barbecue nacho style on top of a burger.
It's good.
That is a super burger.
If you love nacho cheese,
Yeah,
like I do.
We need to see this year for Super Bowl, Tyler. We need to see how many burger patties we can stack up.
How tall you can get it.
That's all we could get. Super burger.
Well, we did that Fat Boy burger, so it could kind of
That was a good one too. Was that?
Yeah.
That wasn't of YouTube though. That was a TikTok, wasn't it?
No, it was.
Do we do a Fat Boy burger on YouTube?
Oh yeah, y'all did do that one. I was
Did it on the
thinking about
flat top on the Ranger.
Yeah.
Man, that was
You have done a flat top burger recipe on YouTube, but it wasn't the Fat Boy burger.
that one was a good one, man.
That thing was good.
The cheese melted everywhere, stacked up.
Then you did the jerk shrimp recipe. That was a really, really good jerk shrimp recipe.
Back from Jamaica with that one in mind.
Smoked picanha.
Oh, it ain't even fair to do one of those.
I know. Then you did your pellet grilled pulled pork. That one was one of the higher ones too.
Yeah. Was it just the overnight or no mess with it? Just let it roll. We've done that so many times since I've done. I mean, that's your go-to method. You're going to do one next Monday night. Just we're going to have some lunch here at the office, and you're going to do that.
There is, and it's good too.
Dang, I'd put it up against most people's.
I would
it's just
too.
like you don't do nothing to it for the work you put into it and how good it turns out. Man, why would you cook pulled pork any other way?
I think it's because it's low and slow.
Has time to break down.
Yeah, long. You can get it a little too far, and it'll be a touch mushy. But most people don't even notice that.
Yeah,
They're just
when you work it all back in.
Yeah, it's juicy and delicious. Then you did okay. Then Chad came and did spatchcock chicken and roasted Brussels sprouts.
Yeah,
those are great roasted Brussels sprout recipe. Then you did a barbecue glazed ham for Easter, where you use barbecue flavors.
Mm-hmm. Was that a spiral one too, though?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You can do so many. You know, my favorite one of those I've probably done is with that raspberry chipotle blues hog. That makes a good ham.
It does make a good ham.
I don't remember what year I did that one. I think it was last year.
I think it was 2 years ago.
Whenever they come out with that sauce, I did
Yeah.
it. And I mean, it was so good. That's an easy ham glaze.
Then you did the All-American cheeseburger, and that was for like April Fools, where we did like you made a
Impossible Burger.
Yeah.
Dunked it.
I got a lot of people on that. I don't know if I can top that this year. I've been thinking about it. Why? I mean, what can I do? Everybody's going to be expecting something April Fools.
No, you don't have to do it.
You don't have to be.
No. Wait till you have the idea.
Surprise attack. It's always got to be a surprise attack.
Yeah. Don't leak it. Yeah. I something just popped in my head.
Then you did the hanging tomahawk ribeye, where you hung it in the drum.
That's a game changer on tomahawk.
That was the best way to cook a
It's
tomahawk.
not. It doesn't have the sear like you think when you think of a ribeye on a grill like that. But it's such a different taste, and it cooks better. You liked it better than when I did the big one and basted it on the PK 360.
I think it's a little ridiculous when a lot of people do stuff for show. You know, I just want you to create the best tasting food possible. Mm-hmm. It's like making this giant burger. Nobody's going to eat that. Whatever. Anyway, so I was real skeptical about this hanging tomahawk ribeye, but it was so good.
I got an idea now. This is a good one.
I thought it was for show.
This is going to be epic next year.
Can you share it? Or?
No.
Okay. Then you did the McRib sandwich.
Ooh.
That was so good.
He did that.
Oh, man. That may have been my favorite one of the year. I forgot all about that.
You popped them bones out.
That sandwich was unbelievable. A whole slab of ribs cooked tender enough to where you can pop those bones out, and you put it on a foot-long daggum French bread loaf with the sauce. McDonald's had never cooked anything like
and pickles.
onions and pickles, extra sauce, and it was just the meat would melt in your mouth. I never would have thought that sandwich would have been so good. You remember when we did that, Tyler? That was, and you cut it into bite-sized pieces, so you get a hearty sandwich.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 2 rib bones, or however big you want to make it. Man, it's good.
It was really, really good.
I think that was the community award for the best recipe this year because everybody was doing it on the community.
Yeah. I mean, that's such a good sandwich.
It was. Then Mojo came. The J Mojo. J Durbin.
His
from
ribs,
Tennessee Mojo.
His ribs are good. I ain't gonna say that's better than mine.
The world
He ain't
champion.
here to be mad at me, but
The world champion ribs. Then you
they
did
were good. His ribs were really, really, really
Jake
good.
and Cook.
Jake and
Good.
He cooks ribs as good as anybody I know, if not better,
I agree.
except me.
Then you did barbecue baked potato.
That was a good one.
It was.
Yeah.
It was a really good one. Then Fergie came and did Kansas City burn-ins.
His burn ends were we filmed that one at Mark's house.
They were
You were sick.
textbook, very good.
And they were good burn ends. That was Kansas City burn ends.
Yes. I had the shingles.
Yeah.
Could
Got
not.
on you.
Then we did honey chipotle ribs. And then you kind of started getting into your football foods with brown sugar chicken skewers.
Those were a hit.
That was one of my recipes. And then bacon wrapped meatballs. Another one of my recipes. Cajun ribeye steak. That one was really good.
That was good. That was with the King Crawl. I used
Yes.
King Crawl.
Yeah.
Man, it made a good steak.
Peachy ribs. Barbecue meatball sub
Those was my take, kind of on my apple pie ribs. I did peach rib.
with peach pie flavors. Yeah.
They were good.
Barbecue meatball sub.
That's a good one.
That was such a good sandwich. Tailgate cheesesteak. A lot of people like that one. And it kind of is the same. It takes that little ham biscuit
To another level.
recipe and kind of.
That's kind of like what you do with the leftover prime rib we talked about earlier.
Yep.
You definitely do that with it.
Because it was thinly shaved
Roast beef.
Yeah.
No, I did it. I found that raw thin shaved beef at Kroger.
Yes.
And did that. And on the big iron skillet on the Weber.
Yeah. And you use the Hawaiian sub rolls.
Yep.
Oh, they were good.
And they were good. That was the little sandwiches I've been doing. Probably the best thing I did. Is that bad? It was all good. Don't get me wrong, but man, I love a little sandwich.
Lemon pepper wings with AB.
Yep.
AB came and
AB,
did some
that's a good one.
lemon pepper wings.
I'm gonna stop you. Tyler, I remember this one. One of the best TikToks I did last year was that pizza dip.
Oh man,
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
man.
it was good.
Man, pizza dip.
I could
Must
not
be getting
stop.
close to lunch.
It is.
All right, you can go back.
Spicy buffalo chicken sandwich. I love that recipe.
I don't remember that one.
It was the thighs. You
Boneless skinless thighs.
and you grilled them, and then you dunked them a couple times.
Oh,
in
I
the-
kept doing them, and yeah,
and then you put a little pepper jack cheese on it and served it with maybe pickled red onions.
I don't remember, but it sounds good.
Then you did the barbecue hot wings with the sweet mustard fire slaw.
That was good.
The sweet mustard fire slaw was my favorite part of that recipe. Like that was the best slaw
I
that I've
took
had
the
in a
sweet
long
fire
time.
pickles and turned it into a relish and mixed it in with the slaw and thought like a mustard sauce instead of a traditional mayo based sauce.
I'm not
was-
crazy about mustard, but that slaw was fire.
It was good. It would be good with barbecue, anything.
Yes.
I was about to say if Shell likes that over mayonnaise, then
Yeah,
it
yeah.
must be
It
delicious.
had a little bit of mayonnaise in it,
I
but
think he
it was
put
mainly
just a
mustard.
touch,
Yeah. It was really good, though.
Another one was the pulled pork Benedict.
Ooh.
That was some gourmet shit. I almost got out the G rate on that one. Almost. That one,
I agree.
that's next level stuff right
Yeah.
there. You do that. I mean, that no joke.
And we kind of served that at the Palmer
We
Hall
did.
VIP.
We did. Yeah, for breakfast.
Yeah.
Man, that's such a good brunch item.
It's a perfect holiday, really.
Man, it was unbelievable.
Then you did a coffee rubbed flat iron steak.
That one was good.
Yeah. And then you did a pulled beef, like barbecue beef, pulled beef sandwich. I forgot what cut of beef you used.
Sure, it's probably chuck roast.
I think so.
I think I did it on the Outlaw, if I remember right.
Yep.
Broke it down.
And then you did your butter and herb smoked turkey, the Wagyu prime rib, and the maple glazed ham.
I mean, the Wagyu prime rib just you can't even compare it to anything I did. It was unbelievable. That one, I mean, that ain't even fair. I mean, that's like bonus material there. It's on a whole nother planet. It ain't even in the same league as the rest of the stuff.
Well, I don't know, that tomahawk ribeye.
It was
good.
I would put that. I've always said the Wagyu picanha is probably one of the best pizza meats I ever ate. Wagyu prime rib blows it away.
I've had some Wagyu with tri-tip.
Yeah.
That was.
It was pretty good, but it ain't. I mean, picanha is always like the best piece of beef I ever ate. That Wagyu prime ribs
better.
Down.
Just looking at some of the TikToks here that did really well this year, like the barbecue spaghetti. That was probably like one of my favorite things you did.
Can you believe that one did so good? I didn't think it would.
I just don't think people have heard of it. I think it's like if you haven't been to Memphis,
something different.
Good.
Yeah, it's so easy. I feel like too because you did the low and slow pork butt on that one too, and came out delicious. Doritos casserole, flaming hot mac and cheese, pizza roll sliders.
Anything cheesy on TikTok hits.
Oh yeah.
Like you got some good cream cheese. Like you can melt some cream cheese in an iron skillet on TikTok.
What'd you say? They have a shortage of cream cheese?
Yeah, I saw that. Philadelphia cream cheese. So they're paying people $20 not to make cheesecakes this holiday season because there's a cream cheese shortage.
That's a genius marketing move.
That's what I said. So now everybody's going to run, and there's going to be a run on cream cheese.
They probably got so much.
What's the other cream cheese called? Nuffala cream.
I know what you're talking about.
We're going to have to use that. It's like we don't even know what that means. I guess it's.
How do you prove that? I guess you just like say, no, I'm not. I take the pledge. Here's $20. Oh, thanks. I can go buy my cream cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how you could. I think it's a ploy. I think it's a marketing ploy. They just want you to buy more Philadelphia cream cheese. And does that go for the whipped or is it just the blocks? I don't know.
A limited number of people will be able to spend $20 on dessert and charge it to Kraft. So,
is that the way it's going to go? They're going to give out some gift cards and get everybody in America to buy cream cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the way it's going to work. I mean, cream cheese is great. Don't get me wrong. We probably buy 3 or 4 pounds of it for Christmas. It goes on everything.
It's like one of the number one ingredients.
The number one ingredient. That and cream mushroom soup.
Well, by the time you do your dips and your desserts,
casseroles and all that, it goes with cream cheese. You got to have it. I even like it on the bagels with the smoked salmon, the little red onion and the capers.
On a square plate?
On a square plate, yeah. What's his name says?
So, Malky, what do you want for Christmas?
A flamethrower. I still didn't get one of those. On Out to Smoke, we tested. That was one of the first things we tested out and did a video of. It was, what's it called? The grill gun? I never got one.
Grill Blazer.
The Grill Blazer grill gun. Yeah, Mark has them all. I don't know if maybe he ordered them. That's why he has them, but I didn't get one. I could use one.
When you said flamethrower, I thought you were talking about like that.
Oh, I want that Joe Rogan. Yeah, they say
yeah.
that was not that good though. It looks cool. The not a flamethrower.
Yeah.
The not a flamethrower gun.
Is
Tesla makes it.
Is that Craig's like signature thing? Is that right? Like the flamethrower gun or something like that?
He has the weed burner.
Yeah,
I have one of those. That's not the kind of flamethrower I want. I got one of those. I want the handheld version.
And that's kind of more for show too.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotcha.
But no, what else would I want for Christmas?
Grill Blazer's going up.
Are they hot right now? It's probably hot right now, yeah.
They're going for $200.
Dang.
You get the set.
Oh.
But I thought they were a lot more reasonable.
I thought they were like $39.95.
I know, I did too.
2 easy payments of $19. Now, anything else I can think of that I want? I mean, knives are always on my hit list. I love knives. So
I usually get you a good cookbook.
Yeah, cookbook. I like a good cookbook.
And a good knife or something.
Thermopen. The new I don't have a new Thermopen.
Which one?
The brand new one. Thermopen 1, I think it's.
You're throwing out a lot of these requests a little too close to Christmas.
I thought you already knew this stuff.
No, this is the first you bring
Put it
this
down.
up.
Thermoworks, knives, anything with flames.
What's your favorite thing to cook for Christmas?
Beef tenderloin. That's
your go-to.
Yeah, I like beef tenderloin. I like doing shrimp. I like
when you
pork
say
tenderloin
shrimp,
too. I usually do a pork tenderloin to beef tenderloin.
Yeah. When you say doing shrimp, what do you mean?
Barbecue shrimp
Yeah.
or grilled shrimp of some kind. I like to go with the beef. You know,
Or just a shrimp tower.
Yeah,
We've
or
done
just
that
a shrimp
before.
tower. Yeah, just boiled shrimp. Those are good, but that's always my favorite thing to cook during the holidays. I usually stay away from the long cooking stuff. Like a beef tenderloin or pork tenderloin don't take me but hour and a half, 2 hours to cook it. So I'm not out there a whole long time, and they go really great. Just put a cutting board out, slice them thin, and let people grab it. Grab it and go.
Oh yeah, we serve it with usually a horseradish like cream sauce and some sort of
Swedish mustard tangy sauce with the pork.
Yeah.
Then
I've served it with the cranberry sauce.
That's my go-to. Oh, that cranberry sauce is really good with the pork.
For the pork, yeah.
That's my go-to Christmas. I mean, no, we do the smoked breakfast casserole. That's a great one to do Christmas morning. The cinnamon rolls, we did those. Did we do those on YouTube or on TikTok?
YouTube.
Yeah. If you hadn't seen that one, was that year before last though? We finished that out last Christmas.
Yeah, it was our last one for last year.
Yeah.
On TikTok, we actually did it, but with bacon.
Bacon.
Did y'all roll bacon inside of it?
Yep. And then baked it with the pecans and the brown sugar and all that.
Was it hard, to bite into it?
No.
Heck no, they're
Oh,
delicious.
it just melted?
Super good.
They're delicious.
I think it upped the cook time slightly, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
I'm going to have
I've seen people do those on the flat top.
What do you mean?
The cinnamon rolls, where they take them on there and they flatten them down. It makes like a little hot cake cinnamon roll.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Looks pretty interesting.
I've seen people use waffle irons and stuff like that.
Yeah. Some do the waffle iron. Yeah, that looks good.
I did see someone cooking just biscuits, like
I may
frozen biscuits on the
incorporate
Blackstone.
if I can get me a Blackstone to do videos with. I may incorporate some more Blackstone. That'd be a good Christmas gift too. Flat tops, they're hot right now.
They are hot.
Oh, here's one: cast iron. Anything cast iron, I love. It could be Dutch oven. It could be skillets. It could be.
Somebody sent you a cast iron.
No way.
Hand.
Oh, spatula.
Spatula.
Yeah, that was cool.
It was like
It's in there. I don't even want to use it. It's like cut out of a cast iron skillet, and they made a spatula with it.
Wow.
But
And
it's too.
And they put your How to Barbecue Right logo.
It's too fancy to use. It's
Yeah.
like, man, send me something I can use.
That's more of a hang
Decorative
up
piece.
Yeah.
That's a talk about.
Send them
I
to
don't want to be out there, using that as a scraper on something. It's fancy to me. But cast iron's a great Christmas gift. I don't have near enough cast iron. Cutting boards, that's a good one. Like if anybody doesn't have I've got the ones I use, but I need a new cutting board all the time. So, and I like the decorative ones too. They're cool. Put out charcuterie boards on or serve stuff on.
And
I use my wooden ones. I don't use them as like an everyday prep board. There's a difference in a prep board to me and then a cutting board you're gonna put cooked meat on.
Well, talking about serving that beef tenderloin, we bust out the nice fancy cutting board.
Yeah, always
put it up there.
Yep. And also you need like the oils and the conditioners for your cutting boards and your cast iron. So those are good stocking stuffer type gifts too. If you need something to give somebody. I mean, somebody gives me a cast iron skillet and some stuff like a little chainmail, a scrubber, and then maybe some of the butter. What's that?
Beeswax.
It's the stuff you put in cast iron. There's one brand you bought
It's
me.
like the bees.
Is that what it is?
It's bees something.
Yeah, but it goes in. That's a nice Christmas gift.
That is a nice Christmas
Throw
gift.
them in a cookbook or something to go with it, and all of a sudden you've got something somebody's gonna keep forever. Write them a little message in the cookbook.
Yeah. And what about a bottle of bourbon?
Oh, you can't go wrong. Not that I drink any whiskey, but if I did, a bottle of Eagle Rare or something would be nice, or some Weller. When we get fancy, you can find some Blanton's. Those are good. But I ain't gonna turn my nose up at Jack Brown.
So, what's your plan with your time off?
Probably drink a little whiskey, honestly. I ain't gonna lie. No, I'm gonna do some hunting, man. It's almost the ducks. If we can get some cold weather, it's gonna push some ducks down. I got some deer I got to get after. We've had a pretty good deer season so far, and we've got some deer meat in the freezer. So, been working on some venison recipes. I plan to make some sausage and jerkies and different things like that.
Oh, when are you going to start making jerky?
As soon as we get to hanging out at deer camp, as soon as you let us go, tell us we can have some time off. We're going to hit the woods and go to camp. And we're
I
gonna
like how y'all pretend I'm like some slave driver.
The boss says we got to work, got to keep the doors open, got to pay the light bill. We just want to go to the woods and hang out. So that's my plan. I'm going to go down to deer camp, hang out for a while, come back refreshed in, I don't know, mid-March. Well, I mean, you know,
mid-January.
Yeah. No, not hunting season's not over till January 31st. Then
vacation might not be last.
Then we got Super Bowl, so I'll probably do something. We'll come back around Super Bowl week, and then we're going to go to Jamaica for a week. Then we'll come back and start doing some videos.
And you got to
if the weather's nice.
And you got to plan a week for Jamaica and recover a week for Jamaica. So that wraps
up February. Yeah. So I mean, it's mid-March. I ain't lying.
April Fools. We haven't posted yet.
Yeah, April Fools. No, I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I ain't going nowhere, y'all. Don't worry.
That was called a crispy stick.
Crispy, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah,
for the cast iron.
That's right.
Yeah, I had to look it up.
I knew it was something like that. They work good with the chainmail. You rub them down with that. And you stick them back on a hot eye just for a minute, and stick them in the oven and let them sit a little bit. Right back, perfect.
The one thing we have to do that we haven't done yet is make out our plan for our Christmas meal.
Okay, we'll do that.
Christmas breakfast, Christmas lunch, Christmas Eve.
I already know. I got a beef tenderloin from the butcher shop. If y'all ain't waiting on one of those, go ahead and order one from Kevin. He can probably still get it to you next week before Christmas.
I ordered me a prime rib from him.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Has it got here already, or is it?
It just got here. Like when we started this podcast, I got the email.
When you mean prime rib, you mean prime or Wagyu?
Actually, prime.
Okay.
Prime rib.
Yeah. Oh, prime.
They said Wagyu. They asked if I wanted Wagyu, and I seriously thought about
that $650, Tyler. You only live once.
Well, I mean, heck, the prime's already high enough.
Yeah, it's probably 400, wasn't it?
Just
man, no joke. At Sam's, they're like $3-something right now, so it's not that much more. I mean, for real.
Nah, it was worth spending it at Kevin for sure. Like, I'd rather give him the money.
Yeah,
I know it's gonna be good. So
best butcher in the United States,
in the country.
That's the United States.
Yeah.
Lower 50 or whatever, lower 48 or what is it? Lower 48.
I don't know. I kind of sent that to him as like, I mean, it was a great idea. It's kind of a
in my book is the best butcher
not a joke.
in the country. It's not a joke.
I mean, we feel like it's serious.
He is the best butcher.
Are we really at a point where we can just like
yes
anoint people?
Hey,
he does that. Yeah,
that's right.
We can anoint him.
The best butcher in the country.
Best butcher in the country. For Christmas, we sent Kevin, the butcher shop, a plaque that says voted best butcher in the country by How to Barbecue Right.
That's a consensus. There was never a doubt. That's where I put it. Never a doubt.
Because he is. The business that he runs, the way he does his
customer service.
Yes, everything.
Product.
Yes. The product he can get.
What more?
Yeah.
What more could you ask for?
And he ships to us even though we don't, live anywhere close.
Yep. All over, not just us, all over the country.
Yeah. And I imagine there's a lot of comp guys out there that feel the same way.
Oh yeah. Hands down.
But well, Malc, that's all I have for today.
That's wrapping up 21, y'all. Tyler, you got anything you need to add, man?
All right, guys, just during this time
good year?
I did. This was definitely the year of learning for me. I've learned so much. It's ridiculous. I'm continuing to learn new things every day.
Just wait. We're going to kick it in high gear next
year. High gear next year. Yeah, it's only going to get better and more fast-paced.
We do have a couple surprise TikToks that have already been filmed and different things that are coming out throughout the year, guys. And make sure you guys download the How to Barbecue Right app. It's available on the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. All of Malcolm's favorite recipes.
Yeah, if you want to listen to us talk about deer hunting and hear some crazy stories, listen to the Buck Junkie podcast. Where can you find it now?
Man, that's on every streaming platform that you can think of. All the episodes will be live on YouTube and all the social media platforms and stuff. There'll be plenty of posts. So
Buck Junkie. All right. Well, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us this year, and we'll be back in a few short weeks. We'll start this up again for 2022. I hope everybody has a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For Shell, I'm Malcolm. We gone.
Merry Christmas.